So we're about to tell you about our life story, how we met until this day right now.
What's good, you guys? It's the Pagnotta family. How y'all doing today?
What's going on?
So today we're going to be doing the answering and question game, the Q&A game.
The Q&A game.
Okay. So we're going to basically tell you guys, how we met and all that good stuff. So you can be all in our business. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
How do we meet?
We met in City Place in West Palm Beach, Florida. That's where we were both born and raised. She was just come out the club. I was drunk. I could barely walk that night. I was stumbling. And my homeboy, rest in peace, Eric, tried to get a number.
I wasn't having it.
Travis tried getting a number.
I wasn't having it.
So I started following her. And she stopped and we started talking. I asked her what her name was. And she asked me what my name was. And I asked her for a number.
And I gave it to him, you guys.
But one thing, I asked her how old she was. She said she was 19.
And I asked him how old he was. He said 19. I was 18 at the time, you guys, and he was 17. So I am a year older than him.
I was 16.
You were 16 and I was 17. That's right.
Because that was when I just got out.
Wow.
So I was on probation back then. Just got out doing 303 days in the county on the 12th floor.
Okay, so tell them where...
Wasted time. Dead time.
Tell them where our first date was.
Our first date was at... Actually, our first date was at...
Brandsmart.
Brandsmart. Putting speakers in my car. It took like 3-4 hours just for them to hook it up because the battery was all the way in the back of the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to drive all the way to Jupiter to go get some money so we could actually go out.
Oh no, I did. Yep.
And we wound up driving all the way back to West Palm. We went to Duffy's. We had a couple drinks. Before that, we didn't even get no drinks inside because I didn't even have no ID. So we drank before we went in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started talking, asking questions about each other, where she lived, where I stayed at.
And then you took me school shopping.
I took her school shopping because school is right around the corner. And I wasn't even going to school because, like I said, I was fresh out, so I decided to go to work.
He was working 2 jobs at the time, you guys.
I worked
So he was 17,
jobs.
working 2 jobs. We had
16,
no kids.
16.
16, that's right.
16, working 2 jobs.
No kids.
And the most thing that's always gonna be in my heart is the way when she stopped and looked at me. Like her eyes, her face. It's just like I got puzzled for a second because I was so drunk. I was like, try to keep this one.
And the number one thing that I liked that I loved when the first time when I seen him, when he walked up on me, he wasn't like trying to act all ghetto, you know, or being a little boy. He was actually had approached me as if he was a grown man. And then I liked the way his lips was looking because he had the perfect lips and the color that they are.
I actually followed her almost a whole block. She said she was waiting on her car or her boyfriend to come pick her up.
No, wasn't it? I was waiting on my sisters.
No, you said you were waiting on your boyfriend to come
Oh, I
pick
lied
her
to you because I didn't want to talk to neither one of y'all. That's why. I didn't even have a boyfriend at the time. I was waiting on my sisters to come get me. But he was this nice looking young man. He had gold all in his mouth as he do now. He had this nice necklace on, and they was taking turns driving his car. So I'm looking like, okay, well, they driving his car. He the youngest, and they're driving his car. But everybody want to run after me. No, baby, I don't want the passengers. I want the driver.
And plus, most of the time, I didn't have no license, and I was always tipsy.
Not always. Don't say it like
No,
that.
not
No,
always,
not always, you guys.
On the weekends. On the weekends.
Yeah, because then
me and my friends party on the weekends because those were my days off.
And then you had started coming to get me on the weekends, and we'll spend a weekend at his parents' house.
And
with your little friends and stuff.
The days that I had to work,
we'll stay in Jupiter.
I stayed in Jupiter because where I was working at was in Garden, so I stayed at my people's house in Abacoa. So on my lunch break, I used to drive all the way to 45th Street to go have lunch, and what was it? Ribs, macaroni, and sweet beans, I believe.
No, that was baked beans.
Baked beans.
Baked beans, macaroni and cheese, ribs, chicken, potato salad. You guys, oh my God, it was the most funniest thing. He was like, I ain't never had nothing like this. And when he came, he had on to the whole plate. I mean, I had made him a huge plate. And he ate every single thing on the plate, you guys. It was so funny. All you seen was mustard and stuff. I mean, barbecue sauce all around his lips and everything. It was so funny.
I was kind of nervous because I was still in my work uniform. And I was like, I ain't got no clothes to change in. And I'm not finna change my clothes just to eat. So I came out with my button down and slap pants and my work shoes because I worked in the office.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so then
and that was back in 2006. 2006.
Yeah, because that was the year that I had got the year I had got shot. It was 2006. I met you at the end of that year.
Yeah, 2006.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess for me, he came in my life at a point in time where I really could use someone that was really caring, and that was all into me because I had went through a emotional, I guess, issue, if you want to call it. I was involved in a drive-by shooting, me and my brother. I was walking out the door to go get my hair done, and my brother...
Rest in peace, David.
My brother was helping a lady change the oil on her car. So, as I'm walking out, with my hair in my bag and stuff like that, or going to get my hair done, he's yelling, but at the same time I'm not paying attention because we always be playing. So he was yelling and yelling. He was like telling me to like go back, go back, go back, and he started running. And when I seen that and he was serious and he started taking off running, I turned around. I started running. But in the mix of that part, he had already got shot and I had already got shot. Now, at this point in time, I was shot twice. In my leg and in my flips. I had no clue. I had done ran in the house and everything. And then once the gunshot stopped, we all ran outside. Now, at this point, I'm shot, but I don't know because I don't feel anything. And all I know is we ran over there by my brother. And we seen blood coming from every which way. The neighbors and everybody just like tried to, you know, put pressure on everything. And then all of a sudden, all I know is I just collapsed. Now, at this time, I guess the paramedics arrived. And they have this little thing in their truck where they break it open, they put it under your nose and it wakes you up. I don't know exactly what it's called. You guys comment down below if you know exactly what it's called. But they put that up under my nose and they woke me up. And I'm like, okay, what happened? Now at that time I had lost a lot of blood. And they were like, oh, just stay calm, you've been shot. And I'm freaking out because all I remember is that I know my brother is shot, but I didn't know that I was shot. So as I'm looking, they're putting him in the paramedics, and then I'm getting in the paramedics. Like, I'm like, okay. And it seemed like, you guys, I swear, it seems like the ride took so long. We stayed on Fish Street, in between Douglas and the Vision. They took us to St. Mary's, which is on 45th Street. It seemed like it took us hours to get there, but I think it was just me because of the adrenaline and everything, and just, I guess, knowing what was going on or whatever at the time. But that's a hard situation to talk about. If you guys want to know more about that, just comment down below, or you know, anything like that, and then I'll get more into details to that, because I'm getting touchy, and it's a very touchy situation because my brother ended up passing away 5 days later. And it was just like, my brother was just like a fun person. He wasn't in the streets. He wasn't, you know, selling drugs or anything like that. He wasn't into gun violence. It was like we were just two innocent bystanders. My brother he was working at that time for the city of West Palm Beach. He had just got his high school diploma and all different kind of stuff. He also had just received because he was a rapper. He went to Miami. That day we got shot, he was supposed to go to Miami to sign with Trick Daddy now. Now, that never happened because he ended up in a hospital. So, and Uncle C, God bless his soul, and, you know, Beware and all those gentlemen, they were right there with my brother. But, yeah, so, I lost my track of mine. I don't know. Yeah. I'm lost, you guys. I get like that when I'm talking about that situation. Like I said, it's such a emotional situation because we lost him at such a young age. And I got shot. When I got shot, I was 16. And my brother at the time, I think he was like 19 or 18. But like I said, my brother was, he was 21. I'm sorry. He was 21. So here's my mom. She's a single mother. She's raising 7 kids on her own. And she don't know what to do because she was running from my hospital room to my brother's hospital room. So where they kept having to do surgery on my brother. So she's coming to my room. And then I couldn't walk, you guys. And I was in a wheelchair. And then it was like, okay, well, you'll use the wheelchair for a couple of days. And then when I went back to the doctor, I was on crutches. Now, a 16-year-old on crutches, I'm trying to get around. It was so difficult because I have a lot of sisters and brothers and everybody running around. I have a lot of cousins because my grandmother had 19 head of children, so I had a lot of aunties and uncles which had a lot of kids apiece. So it was very hard at 16 years old, you know, trying to get around on crutches and everybody running and playing, and here I am have to sit here and look crazy all because of somebody else's stupid mistake that they caused. You know, in another person's life. Like, it put a dent in my heart and soul and everything. So my point of me telling you guys that story was because a couple of months later I ran into, which is now my husband.
I wasn't even in the picture then.
No, he wasn't in the picture then, you guys. But I really needed someone. I needed to get away from, downtown, period. And he was at a scapegoat to where I can go weekends without, every weekend I was never down there. During the week I would have to be because he's working and I'm in school. But after the week ended, the weekend, I was always looking forward to it because it was something that I could get away from, have some peace and quiet, and actually sit down and think.
And since I was working at the time, sometimes I would stay late for work, so my mom would go pick her up from her house, and
I'll spend days with his mom while he's at work. Or we'll sit down, we'll talk and watch movies, or we'll go to the restaurant where he was working at and sit there and eat lunch and stuff until he was to get off.
We'll stay at the house and play Wii. We were playing Wii.
Oh yeah, the exercise. That's when I was slim then, you guys.
Every weekend we was playing Wii. We were playing bowling, tennis, all the games.
Yeah.
So it was really fun times back then. Really fun times.
So I know you guys, a lot of you guys are questioning probably about my oldest son. My oldest son does not belong to Christian, which is my husband. My oldest son has a different father because after a year, maybe 2 of us dating, we broke up.
Yeah, we had a falling out.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing major because as you'll listen and you'll get the story. But it was just something minor at the time, whatever. And then at the time that we broke up, it was probably 6 months later, I ran into who was Jalen's dad. But he was like into the streets and stuff or whatever. I got pregnant with Jalen and he just disappeared. So at that point in time, we moved from downtown area and moved to Fox Hall. Now Fox Hall is where my mother-in-law and my husband was staying at the time. So this is how we run into each other, you guys. 8 months pregnant, I ran into his homeboy Eric at the Dunkin' Donuts right down the street from where his mother stays. Well, from where his mother stays. He was trying to holler at me again, even then at 8 months pregnant, you guys.
And then,
which was crazy. Then I seen him.
And then after that, Eric called me and told me, "Oh, do you know that girl that you was talking to back then? She's staying in the front, the new house that they just built." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm finna go holler at her real quick." So I hop in my car, I drive to the front, and I see her pregnant. I'm like, "What?" I was shocked because we had a real close relationship.
We always had.
We didn't hide nothing. We had no secrets. Everything that I knew, she knew. We didn't hide nothing at all.
Yeah. So, at that point in time, I wasn't dating anybody. I wasn't seeing anybody. So, he came back into my life at 8 months pregnant.
And then I started getting
into trouble.
Into the streets.
And into the streets. So, we end up, after a while, we broke it off for a couple of months. And then, I think when Jalen was probably like 7 months, we got back together. And yeah, because you threw Jalen's first birthday party, his second birthday party, like every single birthday party he threw. And it was so crazy because he surprised Jalen when Jalen was 1. And every pair of Jordans that he would buy for himself, he would buy for Jalen, which was so crazy and it was so cute. And I loved it. But that's how that story went with Jalen's situation.
And at that time we was talking on and off.
Yeah.
So
We wasn't together. We was just talking on and off because no matter if I was talking to somebody else or he was talking to somebody else, he was always in Jalen life, period. Like, it was always, okay, if we're not together, it doesn't matter. You know, this is my son. I'm going to take care of him. I never had an issue or a problem with him calling or saying, you know, I want to come get Jalen or I want to spend time with Jalen, because I would take him to Jalen because this is who Jalen knew. And he loved the Jalen with all his heart, as if he do still now. And his mother and his stepdad loved Jalen. They always have.
Everything she needed something helped out with, I was always there.
He always made sure, you guys. Always.
Since day
always.
one.
Yep. Always.
And fast forward.
We
3 years later.
Okay, yeah, but wait. Remember, we was trying to have our own kids. We wanted our kids together. But this was before we got married. No, this was. No. Okay, so you tell the story, yeah.
Alright. So, shout out to Carmen and Corey, because we went through the same thing y'all went through, and we know how that felt and those feelings.
Yeah, when you're ready to conceive and have a child and it doesn't happen right then and there. And then when you're not,
is very emotional, stressful,
for both the husband and the wife. It really is.
Arguing back and forth.
Yeah.
That's why we was talking on and
off.
So I started getting into the streets more, and I started doing stuff, illegal stuff. I'm not gonna put everything out there because I did some stuff that I'm just gonna put that in the past.
Exactly, because that's where it's at. That's where we're gonna leave it at.
Nobody needs to know what I did.
Okay, so well, we had this mutual friend that I grew up with around, and he became best friends with my husband Christian. His name is Pool Cook 'em Up Brian.
And rest in peace to him.
Yeah, he passed away, but he was a very good guy. Like, when I tell you guys, the streets loved him because holidays, I don't care, 4th of July, he'll go buy he'll spend thousands of dollars, you guys, on fireworks and put them in the back of his truck, and he'll just go around giving away to the kids. Christmas, he'll just buy stuff. You know how we had the boosters. So he'll just buy stuff from the boosters, and
$1,000 worth of fireworks.
He'll buy stuff from the boosters, and he'll just, he won't sell it. He'll give it away to different families and stuff. He will buy people meat plans and all type of stuff. Like, he was a real genuine person in the hood that everybody loved.
And when I started hitting the streets, and it kind of shocked everybody because Pooh was well known in the hood.
Yeah. Everywhere.
And everybody was like, well, who this white boy he always hanging around with?
Mm-hmm.
And then he finally came and told me when we had a show, PCC Double E, we had a show in Tallahassee, and I asked him, I said, how much are the rooms? We could split the rooms. And he told me he the most loyal person I met, because not one person came up to me and said that, let me help you out with the rooms, let me give you some money for this, that. And then
that's how their relationship started.
We went to Miami, the penthouse. We got me, I think it was me, Breon, and Cookham put our money together, and we got the big penthouse. That was I think it was Memorial Weekend.
Memorial Weekend, yeah. Because you left me.
When that guy got his face chewed off from
bath. What was it? Bath salts.
Bath salts.
I think that's what it was. Yeah,
it was that year, because we had the penthouse and it was looking over the water, the bridge. It was so nice. It was all of us, me, Breon, Mike, Check, AI. it was a lot of us.
Yeah, it was. But to bring how we brought him in is because okay. So let's get back to the story. How we was saying that we was trying to concede and it wasn't happening. So yeah, it put a strain on his life and mine, and it just had us going every which way. So cook him up, end up passing away, you guys, which was a very sad, sad moment.
And that shocked
Everybody, and it hurted, a lot of us because he did a lot for a lot of us. Like when I say a lot, and you would never hear it, never hear. You would never hear, oh, I paid such and such bills, or I did this and that. You would never, whatever he did for you because it was the kindness of his heart. He would never tell nobody, what he paid for you. And that's what I always loved about him.
He was the type of person that if you was down and broke and had no money, he would put money in your pocket.
And wouldn't question nothing about who is this or who, don't you got a boyfriend? He wouldn't question none of that.
And wouldn't even ask for it back.
No. But so he passed away, and we were together then when he had passed away. So we ends up getting pregnant, you guys.
With Kylie,
which is our oldest daughter. It came to us as a shock. We were so surprised. Oh my God. It was like the amazing moment because we both was going through a lot because we both loved him. And it was just like a lot on everybody. So I guess God knew exactly what I needed and exactly what he needed at that time. Because we both was broken. And we got pregnant.
I was still kind of in the streets back then. And after he passed away, I started backing off because I started seeing what was going on in the streets. And so I stepped away from that after I found out she was pregnant. And we started spending more time with each other.
And then we went and got married at the courthouse.
Our first apartment was Sunset on 36th Street. We had a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. And then we moved into a 2-2. And then our second apartment was...
No, what's our second?
Yes, a second apartment. Our third apartment, we moved in Pleasant City twice.
Yeah, but you're skipping past it. So we was pregnant with Kylie. We had got married at the courthouse January 21st. 2016 we got married. Then we moved. We moved again.
And it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard on me because I was working at the airport and I had to wake up crazy hours. 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was going from work to the hospital, work to the hospital.
Yeah.
Until my manager said, I'm going to give you a week off. Handle your business with your family. Don't even worry about work.
The best time of my life was when he did that and he was home with me and we had a newborn and we had Jalen home. It was just like so peaceful and so nice to actually have him there because like he said, he was working at the airport and he worked at crazy hours, so he was always gone. And
the only thing that really shocked me was when I first seen Kylie. I was like, oh my gosh, she has so much hair and she's
white.
She's white.
I don't know, you guys. I don't know what color he thought our baby was gonna come out to be, but yeah, she took more off their side.
I told her the doctor switched the baby on her because she came out very light skinned, and they still are very light skinned because because of my genes.
Yeah.
My mom she was born and raised in a small town, El Paso, Texas. My grandma came from Mexico, and my dad was born and raised in New York, and I think in Queens, and his dad was from Italy. So I'm Spanish and Italian.
And Mexican.
And my ancestors were Indians from the Navajo tribe.
So then we have my
So
side.
my genes was very strong.
Yeah, so I guess they're a little bit stronger than mine, you guys.
And Kylie looked, right now, she looks just like me and my mom when she was young, like in her teenage years. I actually put a picture on Instagram if y'all didn't see it yet.
Make sure y'all subscribe to our Instagrams and our TikToks and our YouTube channel. Well, this is our YouTube channel. Anyways. So after a while I say about before I went to my 6 weeks checkup, you guys. What happened? We was pregnant. When I went to my 6 weeks checkup, we was pregnant again.
Oh yeah. I was at work. She called me and she says, guess what? I was like, what? We're gonna have another baby. I'm like, stop playing with me. I need to get back to work. I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, he was. But no, I wasn't playing. When he got home, I showed him the results and everything. I'm like, we're pregnant. What are we gonna do? We just had a baby.
So we have back what they?
They're 11 months apart. 11 months apart.
And it's crazy because me and my brother are 11 months apart. My brother stays in. Yeah, so me and my brother are 11 months apart. He stays in New York, in Manhattan. He got his bachelor's degree in architecture, and he's doing very good.
He has no kids, no wife. It's just him.
He started from the bottom. I mean, I'm talking about. He started doing his work off of a table and going to community college, and then he got his associate's degree, and then he decided to go to Tallahassee to I think it was FAMU, and then from there he went to
Harvard. Did he go to Harvard?
No.
Oh
no.
Okay. So yeah, so then we had a huge baby shower. No, we didn't have a baby shower with Junior.
No.
We bought everything.
No. First, when she told me she was pregnant, I'm like, oh my God, I hope it's not another girl because we gotta buy all another girl stuff because the girls are gonna be fighting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when her aunt stayed on 6 in Douglas. When I got off work, she had a big balloon bag.
Oh, the reveal, the
baby reveal.
Yes. Oh my God.
So I opened the bag. I see a bunch of pink balloons. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have another daughter. I'm like, what am I gonna name her? But I seen the blue balloon.
The last balloon was blue, you guys.
And I was like, yes, I'm gonna have a junior.
Junior.
And so, he's a
junior, you guys. He knew from that point what he wanted to name him.
Yeah.
So his name was already Christian Jr.
And he's my little gift from God.
He's our little white boy. He is such a wild man. Oh my God, you guys. Our kids, Jalen is mellow. You know, he do his own thing. He like watching YouTube, you guys. Kylie, she likes watching YouTube. Kylie likes watching the trolls and everything. She's such a wonderful little girl. Like, we have no problems with Kylie. You give her a tablet or TV or something, she's quiet. You won't even know she's in the house.
She likes watching Poppy, the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
So we got all the troll movies, the episodes, both the movies.
Every single doll. She has multiple dolls of troll, Poppy and Brent. She loves Poppy and Brent, you guys.
And Junior likes Ryan.
And Junior also like Paw Patrol and PJ Maxx.
Yeah, they both like PJ Maxx.
Yeah, they do both. But Junior, oh, you know when he home, he set a whole house up. It's toys everywhere. The house is never quiet because he's bothering everybody. When he see people quiet, or he go itch.
And he won't stop.
And bother people.
He will not stop for nothing. If you if he sets his mind on something, he's gonna go do it, and he's gonna make sure he gets it done.
Yeah, we have to constantly watch him, you guys, because he's very sneaky.
Very, very sneaky.
And he'll sneak off somewhere, and if you don't see him within a minute, you better go look, because he's into something he ain't got no business into. I'm telling you.
Sitting there watching a movie, all you do is hear the refrigerator open, or something rush going through the cabinet,
the pantry, because he climbs up on the pantry steps
and looking for snacks.
Either that, or he's in the refrigerator peeling oranges, sneaking oranges, or stealing strawberries. They love fruit, you guys.
Putting snacks in his pocket.
Yeah, he do that. But the kids, they're very smart. You know, they love school. And we do a lot of activities with them, you guys. We make sure we paint with them. We also bake cookies. We should have did those Rice Krispies, because we did Rice Krispie treats of the Minions. We did Rice Krispie treats of made out of watermelon, but all homemade from Rice Krispie treats. And the recipes we found on YouTube, you guys. They enjoy doing stuff like that. So we do that stuff to keep their mind going and to keep them busy. So we just try to stay positive, you know, and keep our kids on the right track. And everybody is doing wonderful right now. Jalen just got 100 on his reading test, which before he had problems with reading and stuff, you guys. But now
I was happy about that.
We are so happy, you guys, that he has improved in reading and that he's reading on his own and everything. That's such a blessing from God, because it took a lot for him to learn, you know, how to read and stuff. You know, some kids have strengths and some kids have weaknesses, and reading was one of his weaknesses, and math has always been one of his strengths. Now he knows how to read. He's reading very well, and he does his math, so he's doing very well. He will be going to 6th grade, and then Kylie's going to actually go to elementary school. So Christian Jr. is going to be in a daycare with my little nephew. So, which I don't know, I don't think he's gonna like that, but he'll be okay, because he's always used to him and Kylie getting dropped out to the same spot. And
backwards a little bit, when she first had Junior, we brought Kylie in. She started bawling out, crying, and I got mad to the point where I was like, please get Kylie out the room, because it looked like she wanted to just go over there and just...
She was boo-hoo crying like, no, please take it. We was like, here, Kylie, here's Junior. She just started busting out, screaming and hollering like, no, take him back. She kept pushing him like, no. I said he came out of mommy belly. Kylie said, no. She was not having it, you guys. She did not want him at all.
And he was born 6'11".
6'14".
6'14".
And he wore 6'14".
And his 6 pounds and 14 ounces.
So now, you guys, we told Christian that we were going to try to have another baby, Christian Jr., and he's like, no, I'm baby. No baby. No baby. So
we're going to leave that up to God, because God is the one who gave us our first child. That's why I said I know what Carmen and Corey went through having a baby. I mean, it's not anybody's decision. You could try it as many times as you want.
And if it's not meant, you guys, it's not going to happen at that point in time.
It won't work.
Nope.
Sometimes it won't work.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing from God to have a kid. It really is. It
really is. It's a true blessing. But at this moment, we're not trying, you guys. We're just trying to right now raise our kids, you know, and continue them on the routine that they are on. We're just trying to, you know, bring our business up off the ground, you know, try to buy our first house. We're just trying to do a whole bunch of stuff right now. So a kid is not in plan at this moment, but if God is willing to bless us with another one, we will really accept it. So
and the reason I wanted to do YouTube, because a song would come on and Junior would start dancing to it, and I did a TikTok video of him, and went to like 100 and something views in the day, and I was like, wow, let's get a camera and start YouTube, because we were already watching YouTube.
Yeah, we love you guys. We watch Damon and Bianca, Corey and Carmen with the Prince family, the Pritchett family. We watch Ken and
CJ so cool.
Yeah, CJ's so cool, you guys. We also watch oh my god, why my mind just went blank.
Nair
And Jalen. We also watch my favorite couple. Oh my god, how can I forget their names?
Quan and Rissa.
Yes. Oh my god, you guys, I love Quan and Rissa. Oh my god.
I kind of feel like
I love them, you guys. We really do.
I kind of feel like that Quan and Rissa are kind of like Gus, because he's mellow, I'm mellow, and
Rissa can have a spicy and I can have a little spicy, you know.
so.
But yeah, we love a lot of you guys. I'm sorry we didn't mention you guys' name, but we love a lot of you too. See, we even watch Ryan. We even watch Dinah and what's her brother name?
I forget.
Yeah, I'm mind blank right now. But you guys, we watch a lot of YouTubers, and we just see them come from the beginning and see where they made it at, and that's what we want, and that's what we're trying to do. So we can have our kids living, you know, like you guys' kids are living, or like other people's kids are living to the point where, you know, they don't have to worry about anything. That's how we really want to be.
It's not
because
like,
I feel like we really deserve, because we don't went through a lot in life.
It's not
and
like we came up with a whole bunch of money and started.
Yeah, no silver spoons in our mouth. No.
Like some people and some rappers, and as soon as I know a couple people, as soon as they get their money, they act like they don't know you anymore. And
we're not like that, you guys. We are really genuine and loving people, and everybody knows that's about myself and also my husband. So we get blessed from a lot of places and a lot of different people, and our blessings, God bless us with a lot of different stuff because of the blessings that we make sure we, you know, other people have from us. Like, God rest his soul, my grandfather, my husband, my grandmother, we raised money. My husband gave a lot of money to my grandfather's burial. My stepfather, which is his dad, gave a lot of money to my grandfather's burial. Without them, half of that money we wouldn't have even had to bury my grandfather.
It was
like
chaos.
It was chaos, you guys. It was a hurting thing. Make sure y'all get life insurance on you guys self and your children, please. Life insurance is a very important thing that you have, especially if your grandparents are older. They need it.
Because when it comes to money, you never know what someone's gonna do.
Yeah. And it was so hard.
That's why I think money is the root to all evil. Unless you have people in your family that don't care about money.
And that will help you.
That will help you, even if it's the last dollar.
Yeah. Because what my husband did for us, like, I was so happy. It took a big, like, oh my God, off my shoulders, you guys. You don't even know. Because I was crying. My mom was crying. We just like, we don't know how we're going to get this money up. Because my grandfather burial was like almost $7,000 and something. We had to get up $7,000 within a week, you guys. One day we did a fish fry and it raised us, what was it, $600? The first day it was $600. They did a GoFundMe account and that only raised like $700 and something. So my husband gave a couple of $1,000. My stepfather gave up like another $1,000. And then everybody just came together and put their money together to bury my grandfather. So, I mean, now we're working on getting his tombstone. But like I told them, we need to all get together, you know, put together. If all of us get $150 a piece, the tombstone will be paid for. But yeah, that was a real hard situation. And like I said, I really appreciate my husband, you guys, because no matter what the situation is, I can spend on spend money I know I wasn't supposed to spend, and he's gonna give it back to me, or either do what I need to do what I should have done with the money. So my husband, he's just always there. We really appreciate everything that he do for us in our family, period, our entire family, period.
The point we're trying to say is stick
together.
Stick together and stick to the people who love you the most, and stick to the people who are not financially greedy, because there's a lot of people out there that you would never think that this person would do this and that all because of money. That's why,
and it happens,
rest
you
in
guys.
peace, Pooh, because me and him, when I first met him, it was like I knew him forever, because we thought alike. We did everything together. We went to Miami for my 21st birthday. He was planning on taking me to Miami, but he passed away my 21st birthday. No, not my 21st birthday.
It was before.
It was before. No.
Yeah, because he died October 5th. Your birthday is the 14th.
No, it was my 24th birthday. My fault. 24th. So he was planning on taking me to Miami that year. We were talking about it. We had everything set up, and then
that happened.
A tragedy happened. So
you guys make sure y'all love on y'all family members, because you don't know when the last time that you're going to be able to tell them goodbye or that you love them. My father just recently passed, and I didn't know till after a week. My father passed December 30th. I didn't know till after New Year's, which was probably January 5th or 6th, that I found out my father had passed. And it was just like, it's hard when you don't get a chance to say goodbye to somebody, or at least say, I love you, you know. If they pass, you know, you won't feel as bad. But I didn't get a chance to say my goodbyes to my father. So the other night I had a nightmare, and when I woke up in the middle of the night, I just couldn't go back to sleep, because he was like wearing heavy on my heart, and it was just like I was beating myself up because I kept calling him and he wasn't answering. And I was wondering, because I called him Christmas, and I'm like, normally he called me, and then he didn't answer when I called him. And I called him Christmas, he didn't answer, which is, you know, December 25th. And I called him the next day, he didn't answer. So in that time, I guess, you guys, he was going through the situation at they had moved him from the doctor straight to the nursing home, which I didn't know at the time, you guys.
Yeah, he didn't tell us.
He didn't tell us. He was a very private person.
He was very secretive.
And as of last week, I found out that my father he went to college, and he was a dorm mate with Martin Luther King Jr. My father, William C. Lewis, if you look up my cousin, he just received a civil rights trophy from my father. My father was the bail bondsman that in Orlando, that was when the police would arrest the black people, he would go bond them out. I knew none of this because my dad was a very private person. He was a VA veteran. He was all kind of stuff. Like, my dad did so much for this world and so much for everybody. And I didn't even know half the stuff because he was so personal, and that he didn't want a lot of people in his business that he had going on. But long story short, I just was upset, and I'm still upset to this day, because I didn't even get to say goodbye or that I love him, which he knew, because I left him voice messages and stuff all the time. And when we talk, we say, okay, I love you all the time, but it's nothing like that last, you know, goodbye or I love you, or, you know, the last hug. Like, it's emotional, it's stressful, and it's like, it bothers me because it's hard. Like, when you love somebody so much, and you used to picking up the phone and calling them and say, okay, well, how you doing today? Do you need this or do you need that? Or, okay, baby, I'm for to drop off some fruit for the kids. Like, my dad used to buy me fruit all the time. buy my kids fruit all the time. Like, it was a tradition from when he used to do when I was little. And then he started with my kids because he said he wanted to start to get to know them more and spending more time with them.
And
but he didn't have more time. Little did we know.
And before my dad passed, I didn't know that he was in the Vietnam War. And he died from mesothelioma. Is that correct? Yeah, mesothelioma.
I think that's how you say it.
But they were working. They were doing construction in the Miami airport with that, and they don't know if it was from the Vietnam War that he got something or the airport. But he served. He didn't really talk too much about because he was a medic and
they seen stuff that we would probably never picture that we would even want to see.
The only story he told me was he tried to save somebody and he picked them up. They dropped napalm and they tried to pick him up and all his skin fell off and it was nothing but bones. That was the only thing that was the only story. He didn't like talking about the war because of the things that he seen.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the war.
So we both don't have our fathers. Our fathers both passed away. So we have our mothers though, and our mothers are wonderful. We get to see his mother probably every weekend or every other day or something like that. The kids get to see my mom every day. If she's not working too hard, if she's working harder that day, we'll see her the next day. But we make it our business that we do talk and call our parents every single day because we love our parents and they went through a lot to take care of us. That's why you kids need to really appreciate your parents because you don't know what your parents done been through in their past and how their parents done picked them up or what they had to do just to feed you.
And I'm kind of glad that. Well, I am glad that my mom found somebody. This was when I was in jail. I didn't even know him then. That she met someone else. She didn't tell me. I met him when I got out. His name is Jim.
Yeah, our kids love him. Oh, they call him Oprah.
He was born in the United States, but his family is Irish.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves football. He is a good person to hang out with. He would
give you out the shirt off his back.
He would talk to you about anything. He would help you out if you need it. And he did so much for me that I can't even say. Like, well, not say, but he did a lot of things for me that I really appreciate, and not. Too many people are not really blessed like that.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed that my mom is happy and he's happy.
So my mother's name is Stephanie. She had 7 kids. Now she has 6. A couple of us are all a year apart. So there's David, which is my oldest brother that passed away. There's Stacy, which is my older sister. There's Lil Joe with Joseph, which is my oldest brother. Then there's Adrian, which is my older sister. Portia, which is my oldest sister. And then it's me. And then it's my little brother Jeremy, that we call him Mike Jones. So there's 7 of us.
And it's crazy because I never knew that. Is Mikey older than me or is he younger than me?
Y'all the same age. He turned before you, so yeah.
He's
older than you by about a couple of months, you guys.
So I found that out a long time ago.
But we talk to each other every day. We have a relationship where I see my sisters every day. I talk to them every day because life is so short, you guys. People been losing people left and right. So I try to make sure that our family, at least the immediate family, like my mother's children, stays together, because we all know what it is like to lose a sibling, and it's very hard. It's very hard.
In my family in New York, I have my aunt passed away, which really hurt me to my heart, because she was, every year would go up to New York and spend Christmas with her and my Uncle Bob at their house. And it was, before that, it was my grandpa.
He passed away. Yeah.
And then we started spending Christmas at his house. And Christmas in New York is beautiful.
Which we haven't experienced yet.
When the kids get a little bit older, we're gonna take them up there.
Yeah.
So I could show the kids of New York and my side of the family. My mom's name is Francis. It's just me and my brother,
Anthony.
And
Kachina, don't forget Kachina.
My dog. Yes, I love my dog.
We all love Kachina. I had Kachina first, so let's tell them a story about Kachina. So, my auntie stayed on 6th Street in Division, and it was a man riding around giving away free puppies. I got the puppy, and then where we were staying that we couldn't keep the puppy. So, I gave her away. Christian took her home to his mom.
And I literally had to feed her through a baby bottle.
Yeah, because she was just born.
Because she was just born and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I fed her through a baby bottle. Then she started eating human food. And now she eats steak every day. Every night she eats steak.
She get these bark boxes delivered to the house by FedEx that has different toys.
Jim loves my dog.
And snacks.
Every day every time we go over to my mom's house, he always thanks me. He
still thanks us every time.
Because at first he was kind of questioning about me keeping a dog or not, and one of his friends said, "Let him keep the dog and see how it goes. If it doesn't go right, then we'll give it up for adoption." Which,
so
yeah, our battery died on us. So, but yeah, we love Katrina. That's a part.
She's a part of our family, you guys.
She's part of family. So, anyways, God bless.
We're gonna end this video. We love you guys. Keep watching our videos. Comment down below, under the video, what kind of videos would you like to see us do or the kids do. We appreciate everything you guys are doing for us. Make sure you keep on doing it. We love you guys.
And God bless to Damien and Bianca's baby, that she is doing good, because we
with her hearing, yeah.
We watch you guys every day. And God bless to Carmen and Corey that y'all are having a baby.
We're gifted with another blessing.
And
we love you guys. It's the Pagnotta family. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that bell, you guys.
Smash that like button. See y'all later.